Are we actually getting a Knights of the Old Republic film? I was made aware of this last night during the High Council. We didn't really talk too much about it because it's just a rumor at this point. But the bigger news here to me is that Lucasfilm actually knows what Knights of the Old Republic is. I wasn't even aware that they knew what the Knights of the Old Republic was, or that it existed, because they've clearly never acknowledged it. And if you ask any, hardcore Star Wars fan, this is something that every Star Wars fan has wanted. I've played some of the game. Really, it's just a time constraint situation for me at this point. I really want to play through the entire game. I have played through enough of it to understand that it is unbelievable. The storytelling, the characters are phenomenal. And any Star Wars fan that knows anything about Star Wars knows that the Knights of the Old Republic and the Old Republic era and that setting is something that we've all wanted for so long. And but under the current leadership of Lucasfilm, I'm not sure how much I really want this, to be honest with you. While I would love to see us visit that world, I don't want to see us visiting that world where we're just pushing identity politics and political nonsense, real-world political nonsense, into that era. That era right now exists on its own, and it's not been compromised by the current state of Disney and Lucasfilm. So while it's exciting to hear this, and if it is officially announced, I will be very optimistic, but it'll be cautiously optimistic. But I don't want this to happen right now. I'm a fan of Benioff and Weiss and what they've done with Game of Thrones as the showrunners, and so I don't think that there's a better couple of guys to handle this project as they are. But right now, unless something changes between now and when this actually goes into production, if it's true, right now, as it stands, as the current Lucasfilm is, I don't want this to happen. As sad as that is to say, I don't want this to happen. I don't need to see them pushing all of their ideology into this, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And that's going to happen. It's not even a question. It will happen. They will push real-world identity politics into this era of Star Wars, and they will ruin it, because in the beginning of the process, if you are more concerned with identity politics than actually just telling a good story and building good characters, you've already lost from the beginning, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. It's just a rumor at this point. There's nothing been confirmed, but as we all know, and as I've told you many times, when we hear these rumors from some of these more mainstream sites, you can pretty much bet your ass that it is coming from Lucasfilm, because they're trying to put the information out there because they want to see how people are going to react to it. So for me, I'm just saying I would love something set in the Old Republic. There's no doubt about it, as would every real Star Wars fan. But not as long as the current leadership of Lucasfilm is in charge of that. Unfortunately, that shows how bad things are at Lucasfilm, where I would actually pass up on them touching Knights of the Old Republic for right now. I would rather just leave that era of Star Wars alone, uncompromised from Disney and their identity politics right now. So unless you're telling me Kathleen Kennedy is gone, unless you're telling me that the story group has completely been removed, if you're telling me that we have pretty much cleaned house at Lucasfilm from all of the people that Kathleen Kennedy brought in to push her ideology, unless you're telling me that, I would say leave Knights of the Old Republic alone. So that's my thoughts on this situation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.